Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of England versus Northern Ireland in Women's Euro 2022. Let's go and get the win and top the group. We just need a point to top the group, folks. Come on, England.
The England players' turn to lap up that noise and appreciation as well.
Come on, England.
Let's join our commentary team, Rachel Bradford, Dale Redmond and Robin Cowan. Good evening, what an evening.
Slightly more relaxed feel to this final group game for England. Safely through to the knockout stages already. Northern Ireland already out, but they'll be motivated to make some final positive memories to head home with. Another electric atmosphere for another Lioness game. Before we kick off, national anthem.
Just got to go for the win today. We've got to go for it. Give it all we have got. Let's go. Let's go. We get the win. Hopefully we can do it. I'll give you the lineups in about a minute. Lineup starting with Northern Ireland. That is a starting 11 to play England today. And here is the starting 11 for England to play Northern Ireland today. You've got the same team that played against Norway. So you've got Earps, Bronze, Daly, Walsh, Bright, Mead, Williamson, White, Stanway, Hemp, and Kirby. That is England starting 11 to play Northern Ireland this evening. Just need to keep going, keep showing the mentality. Let's go and get the win, and hopefully, Bish Bash Bosh top the group. Go and get the win.
As for England, Serena Wiegman is prioritising continuity and names the same team for the third successive game. And we might see earlier substitutions made with England already through as group winners. Beth Mead leads the Golden Boot standings with 4 goals, while Ellen White is 1 behind Wayne Rooney in England's all-time goal-scoring records. Ball is delivered. Final words are exchanged between the two teams. Nothing changes in terms of where these teams will finish in the group. No matter what the result today, it will be England going through, Northern Ireland going home. But games between the home nations always carry significance and a slightly different feel for England, with the absence of Serena Wiegman, who's tested positive for COVID. Ariane Burik, her loyal assistant, takes charge of this game, but will be in constant communication with Wiegman, who is in isolation. Kenny Shields, who has guided Northern Ireland to their first ever tournament, will go down in history as the man who did that. Desperately wants them to put in a performance to remember this evening. Kick-off, so has been every England game. Whereas the Lionesses at least take the lead. England will get us underway. The slightly unusual get-up. The away team today, but only wearing their away socks in order to decrease the attention on for the colourblind people, colourblind viewers. Flash with the red, orange and green. Anything disturbing. And
So
we'll start with you, Rachel. We were wondering what the team would be coming out today. Serena Wiegmann.
come on, England, let's get the win.
Yeah, and with no surprises either. With
No surprises there.
continuity, she's talked about
Come on, England.
rhythm in her
So
squad.
hopefully we can go and get the win today. We just need you guys to put good questions in the chat.
Have to mean the same players, but obviously she had other plans, and I'm sure the team come in with clear favourites for this game. But as you mentioned, a home nation game is never that simple.
Come on, England.
Behind here. It's Wade. She's still going. Save for Mary.
Good save.
Good positive start.
England. Northern Ireland went through. And it's a good save by the England keeper. And that's within 60 seconds. Bit of an error. I thought we didn't want to let that happen there. You can see there it goes.
Along those flanks. Again, excellent ball, head up. Unfortunately, no one in the box. McGuinness coming late, but goes for the shot.
Not bad strike, Mary. She's going to have to be on her toes. Not only to make saves, but to be organising the players in front of her.
So guys, put your question in the chat. Down below will be the lineups for you guys for England.
Lucy Bronze. A bit of a delayed decision from the referee. Foul given. Kirsty McGuinness thought she was away. Indicates that she thought she got the ball there, Gail.
Yeah, I think she meant to see a little bit of bronze. Let's throw on the way there.
Yeah, worries me slightly. Lucy Bronze holding her knee, but she was sat on the ground. She's holding her knee. Obviously being out with a cruciate injury. Signs like that, where I imagine Serena's assistant Ivan will be.
We just need to do well. We just need to play with passion. We need to play with heart, play with a bit of intensity, and go for it. That's all we can. That's what we can do. England can do, and just try to be very passionate about what we do. If you guys like the stream with the thumbs up button, don't forget to like, sub, and subscribe if you're new, and hopefully see England top the group with the point to physically top the group.
Quarterfinals, either Spain or Denmark waits for them. The Amex Stadium on Wednesday night.
I'll happily take Spain because
Side St Mary's.
Denmark I think would be a lot harder to beat.
Ellen White dropping deep away from McFadden. Now Walsh.
Come on, England, just keep the ball, keep the pressure going.
Spotted some space on this near side for Lucy Bronze. But got an opportunity. Back to Bronze. First time it's one towards Ellen White.
Go on.
Good.
Oh, you lucky Irish.
It's an impressive tournament.
She has, and she really does relish coming for those balls when they're crossed in. But it's the overload here from bronze, and the Northern Ireland really need to be careful about.
He's up against the follow-away once at Birmingham while racing Louisville in WSL.
Keep the passion, keep the pressing going.
Every times these two have played 11 wins for England. Northern Ireland haven't scored against England since 1985. One minute pass from Neil Williamson, too much on that.
It's a lovely punch from Jackie Bird. You see here, Julie Nelson, I think it is, another defender staying. Keep Ellen White and Lauren Hunt onside. Commanding punch here. No chance of holding it, but towers above Ellen White, gets up high. Great commanding start from Jackie Burns.
It's been with Serena Wiegmann throughout their success at Netherlands. Ariane Verink winning the 2017 Euros with her. I saw a quote from Lucy Bronze a few months ago saying that he does a lot of work on the training ground with them.
So get your questions in the chat, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, folks.
Players is very much a big part of this, I'm sure. In trusted hands.
This is good. That is good football.
With Heather
Put the ball in the box.
up against McKenna. Back to Kirby.
This is good football. We just need to see something at the end of it.
Walsh. Here's Heather.
That's a ball.
The cross.
Go on. Oh.
Doesn't get enough on it. Northern Ireland.
Go on, have a crack.
Big
And ball.
shout for handball, and it's given.
Penalty. Get in. It's a penalty to England, folks. England have a penalty.
No hesitation in pointing to the spot. This will, of course, be checked again.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate here for Northern Ireland. England are smart in playing the triangles around.
Seeing the replay there, it looks like it hit Beth Mead's arm in the build-up. And it's Laura Rafferty, who does have her arms in, but almost her forearm out. And if it's blocking a direct shot to goal, will be given. But will they look at the earlier handball from Beth Mead?
So this will be checked.
Just waiting to see, folks.
And that was a good spot, Rachel. Perhaps a handball for Beth Mead. And also, how far out was Laura Rafferty's arm there? She was trying to keep them as close to her body as possible. So it'll be interesting to see if the VAR instructs referee Esther Stalby to go and have a look herself on the monitor.
Yeah, is it clear and obvious if her arms tight towards her body? Is there intention there?
Just need to wait and see how it goes. We're just waiting, folks.
To give her the opportunity to overturn the decision.
Just waiting to see what the decision is going to be.
But I think it's the right procedure for the referee to still have control of the game.
Still just having a chat with the video assistant referee on Usmers, Germany. She gave it very quickly, she seemed very sure.
Oh, it was a very emphatic punch to the spot, wasn't it? Enjoyed that.
Clear
It's
on
still taking ages.
Stowbley. Georgia Stanway is ready to take this one. We saw a very long VAR check yesterday.
Oh, it goes to the VR monitor. They go into the monitor for this one. First time we've actually go to the monitor in the Euros.
Have a look at this herself. Now, this usually means the original decision is overturned.
You think it's going to be overturned, but it's if buts or maybes.
Northern Ireland's sake it is. Robin.
I think it would be harsh, like end of. It would be harsh. Her arms are clearly down by the side. It's as she turns, her arm kind of flings out slightly to the side. If she's wearing a white shirt, I'd say no penalty.
Good to see our co-commentators are laying their cards on the table. I love the honesty here.
Tongue in cheek.
And actually, the Beth Mead one was a little bit clearer, for being totally honest.
Yeah, and if that gains an advantage as an attacker, then I imagine this is going to get ruled out. And rightly so.
The decision is
Indirect free kick.
we have got to the correct decision in the
Yep,
end.
no penalty, handball, indirect free kick. Oh, lucky England.
So pulled up for the first handball from Beth Mead. Because had England scored from that passage of play, it would have been rightly ruled out.
Yeah, happy when VAR is used and it comes to the correct conclusion. An injustice would have been should that penalty have stood. So although it took around 3 minutes to come to that,
At least it made a decision, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
On the right side for England. Stanway on the overlap. Up against Callahan.
Come on, England.
Stanway,
Oh,
the
nearly.
keeper from the tightest of angles.
Nearly
Grant
crept in.
reacted quickly.
Yeah, you see Grant's coming across there and hits her left hook first and Burns has to make a save and as the ball's just crossed in.
Come on, England.
did really well. From that position, they did
So
well.
far, England are playing well.
Defender,
England are
front of that.
giving Northern Ireland
Fans there to
everything.
cut
They're
out
asking
that
a lot
just
of
around
Northern
this
Ireland in this
position,
game.
might get some
Just, it will be a
position
matter of time
there,
before
that
England
goes.
take the lead in this game. It'll be a matter of
There's 3
time.
England players down this right-hand side. That's the reason the ball got crossed in.
A couple of very impressive interventions early on from Burns. Here comes the corner.
That's a bit of a crap corner, I'll say. So myself, but 10 minutes played. the only incident we've had was a potential penalty for England, which was eventually not given as handball. The player's arm was down by his side, and Beth Mead ended up handballing it by, I want to say not accidentally, but below the law, if it hit the arm, then it's handball. But Jabba will take it, and that it's disappointing. But rules are rules at the end of the day.
We all know that's the hardest job.
But
We can all vouch for that.
But England are going to score eventually, and I believe.
Perfect long diagonal for
Come on, England.
whose touch just lets her
Have a
get
crack.
his hand there. Picked up by Walsh. Here's Stanway. That's a good block from Furness. Just took the sting out of that drive.
Yeah, Northern Ireland talked to us about it before the half, that they had to work hard for each other, and you can see Rachel Furness dropping into the pocket when Walsh has it, making sure that any danger that's caused in the middle of the park, she's there to defend.
She knew that Judge Stanway, given us a chance, would have a pop from 20 yards out. Great little intervention, Rachel Furness.
Away from Demi Vance. Title win with Rangers in the Scottish Women's Premiership last season.
We just need this.
Mercifully, the conditions are
There's no power in Northern Ireland.
today. Especially Northern Ireland. That Austria game was 5 o'clock kickoff.
I'm just calling it, mate. I'm just calling it the Battle of Britain because it's two home nations against each other. That's what we. But I think England are gonna. Well, I just thought give it a bit of flair to the contest.
That's good. Forward play. Callahan trying to pull it forward for Furness, but precision on the pass not quite there.
Yeah, Northern Ireland really need to start picking up the second balls, and like you see, they're launching their own attack and doing it quickly, and that should be their game plan for the rest of this half.
Come on. I could have put the ball through.
Lovely drop of the shoulder. Open Stanway. Up wants it.
Go on. Oh, ball's gonna outplay. Ball's gonna outplay. Jeez.
Now, I think that's
Ball's gonna outplay for a goal kick to Northern Ireland.
Switching back with Bethany, but it all started from Leah Williamson driving out of the back. Kira Walsh
That's unlucky.
sat in.
That's
I think England fans will be excited about Leah Williamson.
But we just got to keep going, keep the pressure going. You never know what can happen in a game, but we just got to be on our toes. We've got to be on the offensive and give everything we've got.
Burns was with Hacken recently, but a free agent now, and she's not done her cause any damage at all in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, and herself and Demi.
I want us to play with the feel factor, the passion, the absolute drive and determination. But the difference is we're not doing any. We've tried to do things, but at the moment it's not working. But eventually we will score. It's just gonna take time. Pressure will toll in the end for England.
Great ball as well through the middle.
Oh, here comes Northern Ireland. Oh, Northern Ireland nearly scored, folks. Nearly 1-0 Northern Ireland. We don't want that, folks. We don't want Northern Ireland springing England a shot on England. Apart from that, we're just going to keep pressurising, and eventually something's going to give.
Carve them up and go between two centre halves. Not going to get too many better chances than that. Really slack from England.
Usually our defence is usually very reliable, but that one it was lacklustre because we nearly let them in to score.
Williamson, but really can't control. Northern Ireland growing in confidence. It's Julie Nelson who scored.
Growing in confidence, no growing in confidence there except for one effort.
Will go down in history.
Oh, you jammy it.
Good work from her. In front of Lucy Bronze.
Yeah, you can really see how England want to high press
Yeah.
when it's at the back, and we're going to have to change it up, and Burns is going to have to go long in certain periods of the game, and you see Lucy
Yeah.
Bronze there, you know, she's going to pick up the crosses that she's put in already. In this
Okay.
has been phenomenal.
Williamson,
Yeah.
captain.
Yeah,
Best pass
it's
to the game.
it's Republic of Ireland.
This is Walsh. Perfect once again. Perfect
Yeah,
pass.
they're known as Northern Ireland because it's
Stanway.
called NRL, which is
Fielded,
Northern Ireland.
pressed in. Corner kick now. Good play from England.
Good incisive play from
Yeah.
England. Little 1-2s. They've been sharp
Nope.
in playing one-touch passes around those tight areas. Once they get
Yes.
out wide, chance to deliver. Really good covering
Yes.
by Callahan.
Another corner kick. Northern Ireland though. Nothing to lose, nothing to fear. Putting in their strongest performance yet this tournament. It's head to take.
But I like what they.
Bright was there.
But I like what they're doing it for.
Hooked over the top. It's going to be another corner kick. Beth Mead.
They're doing it to help people who are actually colourblind. Because when you're colourblind, you can't. Yeah, because you can't see the colour white when you're colourblind. So if they wore, it's actually the commentators who said that. It's to help people who are colourblind, so at least they'll be able to.
Solid, impressive part of their team during this tournament. Hemp once again towards the near post. Third corner kick. They take pride in their defending game.
Yes, they do, and you know he's a coach that's big on details. Himself and Dean, they work on all set plays, and they've been disappointed in the ones that they've conceded already this tournament because they pride
Let's
themselves
see.
on being that attention to detail.
Hi, thank you very much.
Chance for him. This time,
Stream.
Rose punched away. Stanway just lost her footing. Kirby. Much
Thank you for watching.
conviction on the shot, and Ellen White.
Thank,
Aiming for something, she didn't get there.
thank you very much for watching from all the way from India.
Arms aloft.
It was a melee, I think, was
I really appreciate it.
Jack Bates did really well to initially punch the ball away. And England is still having a little bit of composure, trying to force it back in. Northern Ireland defended excellently. Not quite sure what Ellen White.
It might be who scored or what or who scored the goal, but we didn't score a goal because the penalty was never given for the goal to actually happen. So it's still 0-0, folks.
See McGuinness. She has done during the minute she's got during this tournament, working ever so hard. Also got a bit of quality about her as well.
And to bring some more football news into it, no Nathan Ake back to Chelsea.
Currently top of the league.
No Nathan Ake back to Chelsea.
Was on the bench today, Caitlin.
It was due to the evaluation that Man City gave. Chelsea weren't willing to give it because we were saying it was too much.
This is promising from England. Lovely crossings towards White.
But
Well dealt with by
there's
Vance.
one thing I'm going to give, and I'll give credit when credit's due
Bypassing
to
Walsh, but a strong
Northern
challenge from
Ireland
Stanway.
for these players who are not full-time professionals,
Beautiful pass.
and to go and play this and go back to day jobs.
Instinctive
Credit when
goal.
credit's due on that.
Burns once again.
Must be hard.
Off her line.
Yeah, she needed to be high up for that, and you can see the run of Vance too, just recovering there. But this is the quality of him. She can go inside, she can go outside. The weighted pass. Vance comes over, but Burns is already out to clear up the danger.
42nd cap for Jackie Burns today. Northern Ireland.
Kenneth Smith? What a typical name, Kenneth. And that, yeah. and
Right.
ours is just, and ours for this one game is the assistant manager.
Lead. That makes McKenna. Can't get past her. McKenna gets the bounce of the ball. It's a goal kick, and look how the Northern Ireland fans are celebrating that.
Beth Mead will want to rethink how she reacted. She nutmegged her, great little bit of skill, but you've got to get past her, or at least try to get past her. She's claiming for a foul. No, it's not a foul, it's not obstruction. And she gets told that pretty much by that sea of green in the corner.
Bill, no.
Green and white army. Mini invasion of the south coast. Must have been magnificent to witness, Gail.
It certainly has been, and I think I'm not sure there's too many bars with beer still in it since we've been here. See a few familiar faces from Crusaders Football Club in the crowd.
That's some good research. Knowing every single person in the Northern Ireland section is impressive. And without trying to sound patronising, it's been a real landmark tournament, a landmark event for girls, women who want to play football in Northern Ireland.
Yes, this team has really just inspired a nation, and you know, the growth of women's football after this tournament, we're hoping it is going to record highest capacity, and
We're going to score a bit.
Really excited about the future, to build capacity within clubs, which would be the basis of our improvement, which is needed.
Offside mark has gone up on this near side. It's a familiar position, you know, Rachel. England were in this sort of situation.
Yeah, we were chatting in the car coming over, and
I still can't believe that one of the England players only 2 goals behind Wayne Rooney.
the contracts that the girls have been given simply for 6 months to get
Yeah, that
calendar
shows.
until the point where they are finishing the tournament. That needs to be something that remains. To give a chance, a national team, a best chance. It doesn't have a domestic professional league. Give them the best chance. They've been in camp for 6 months, some of these girls, and you must have seen their fitness.
I feel
really go through the roof.
yeah.
Yeah, it's their
The
mentality.
one team in England I feel sorry for is Man City, because most of their best players have all buggered off.
It's important that Gareth FA look at every
So they're buggered for next season.
continue to push women's football forward.
One's gone to Barcelona and one's gone to Bayern Munich.
So a fine set of role models that they've got for all young girls and women and boys as well.
Lucy Bronze has gone to Bayern Munich,
Sport for young
and
faces,
Georgia Stanway has gone to Bayern Munich.
out there on the pitch. Football's for everyone.
Right, crossing opportunity. Steve Bethany keeps it alive for Kirby. Good defending. McKenna plays in the Women's Championship in England as well with Lewis. Wright takes a shot. Well, that was fizzed in. Good save once again from Burns.
I think if
Wasn't it? You see, she's going.
I love to see you would take a penalty if she wasn't on the pitch. See who it would be. His second choice.
No chance of catching that. She's going to deflect it wide.
Another corner. Online made it through the midway point of the first half without conceding. It created a couple of nervy moments in the England backline themselves. Right,
Come
gets her
on.
to it. Nelson away. A scuff
Oh, someone. Oh, that's a penalty.
The ball is cleared. And
Someone. That's a penalty all day long for England.
Who doesn't have too many options. She's done exceptionally well there.
'Cause one of the England players shanked the shot and ended up getting kicked.
Wade a good outlet.
She really is, and again, I think if Northern Ireland have success in this game, it's going to be when we have the ball, and you can see our intention, you know, to play the ball early, forward, use
That's
the pace of
the only
and
that's the only good thing about the shirt. There's nothing really anything else good other than they made the badge look better.
Good
One more.
recovery runs from the England players with plenty of numbers back as Rachel Daly was picking
Yeah.
herself up. Took a little knock on the edge of the attacking box.
The only thing I don't like is their away shirt, because why do we want to look like Holland
First 3 games.
when we're not Holland? We're England.
Beekman was asked whether she was worried about injuries, that she felt there was enough time between the
Yeah, it's just fully orange.
for her to not make too many
But I-
changes. That's a lovely ball for Ellen White.
Oh, unlucky.
Post.
But
Fantastic run and through ball from Bronze. White can't quite find the target.
She just hung on the back shoulder of the defender, didn't she?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful run.
But it also-
yeah, absolutely onside between the 2 defenders. Oh my goodness, you would bet that Ellen White would have scored, but Jackie Burns
But
does just
I
enough
also-
to make
yeah.
the goal look really small.
I also
Now we're looking down at the
I-
pitch,
I think the reason why the women's team have got
looking
their away shirt is orange. I think it's due to the fact that we have got a manager who is Dutch.
Or maybe this is a tactical. She was
So it could be.
fanning herself at the corner. She was obviously roasting hot.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for Kenny Shields to get his information.
Yeah, we haven't.
To his players, but what a start Northern Ireland have had in this first 25 minutes. They've been excellent.
Yeah.
Defended resiliently. You know, when they've attacked, they've been intentional.
It's slightly concerning for Jackie Burns.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the shirt looks like. There's literally been so many shirts coming out
Was to have to come off.
that
And she,
people are releasing.
I guarantee, having been a goalkeeper, will do everything she can in European Championships like this to stay on this pitch. Just take a moment. She's clearly been the most
Yeah.
under fire of the two goalkeepers.
The same away kit that England women's have got is the same that England are going to have. So England are basically buggered.
Saves, but to put off strikers, to command her box,
England are buggered.
take the pressure off
The only
that line of defenders.
The goalies that are in contention.
that's what I mean, and it's not right for the England team to wear a shirt like that when you're going to Qatar, because you're going to retain heat in that, and it's just going to make you even more warmer.
National League North Premier in England. Did have an
Oh.
unexpected cameo in the final warm-up game when Jackie Burns was sent off.
And that shirt, out of all the shirts I've seen from this tournament, that's the best one.
To continue and to give herself as big a chance as possible.
I just think England should bring out a third kit, so then if they go somewhere like Qatar, they have another option. They can wear that instead.
A little bit red around the face, but
If they think it's going to be too warm, they've got another option.
On to the swing and a miss. Here's McGuinness. Wade forward.
Yeah.
Through ball.
I don't-
Much on that.
I don't know who I would want us to face in the next round for this tournament, because it's either Denmark or Spain.
are playing, looking for the ideal
Don't know which one I would
man,
fancy.
Ian just a wee bit over hit from McGuinness, and you can see Kenny Shield is absolutely delighted with when Northern Ireland have the ball.
England have got to recognise that. They can't let
But
a runner come between.
yeah, but the only difference is their two best players were both at the tournament before it even began, so that slightly has made them not as good as they should be, because they can't finish without them.
Watch the other game in Group A, by the way, the final game.
Yeah, yeah. Even my dad watched that game and he said they're good, but the only thing is they can't hit a barn door.
Austria just need a draw to go through. Knockout.
That was
Norway rather need a win.
yeah, yeah. Just don't. Yeah.
And here's what's coming your way tomorrow on the BBC. Denmark against Spain, BBC 2,
I wouldn't. e-
30.
So,
Stanway with a chance.
I think, yeah, Spain would be the best bet for us.
Germany, BBC 4, 10 to 8 we start.
Denmark's even.
Lovely little run, is it? George Stanway gets between the centre half and the left back. Just probably chooses the hardest option, doing pretty much a 360 before making contact with it. They had the option to bring it down.
I'm just fit.
Certainly try on a left foot. But that's why I never put in that position.
What are we thinking? Is it
And
the
it-
absence of Serena Wiegman?
Yeah.
It's a home derby, simple as that. This is how.
And out of
things
both
play
teams, we
out.
got a better actual record at winning against Spain than we have against Denmark.
Perspective. I played enough of England against Scotland, England against Wales, England against Ireland, England against Northern Ireland.
If it's Denmark, we've got to watch out for one player and one player only. And if you give her the ball, she will bury it and absolutely kill you.
Yeah, I think Northern Ireland's tactics are spot on tonight. You know, Kenny Shields has
Chelsea play Pernilla hard. If you get her on the ball, she'll bury it.
focal point from that midfield, and again, the team are minimising the mistakes that they've maybe caused themselves themselves in the earlier opening games.
Reverse from Lauren Hemp. Ricochet from Frank Kirby.
But either one of them, if you don't take your chances, either one could have cost you. But your game, but we'll just have to wait and see. We're watching that game with an eagle eye to see who we would get. But I don't mind who we get. I'll be keeping an eagle eye, so me keep an eye on it to see who we would get. But I don't mind whoever we have. At least it's not Germany.
Yeah, and it's the overload for England always cause problems.
That's the best thing about it. So if we had them, we would be absolutely in trouble.
And they're all willing to do it for each other.
England unbeaten in 16 on 13 of those games since Serena Wiegmann came in. Too far behind. Great movement from Beth Mead. From outside to
Not Chiellini.
And eventually the referee gives a free kick to England in a good area.
They get really tight. You can see Rachel Vanessa is almost marking Kira Walsh and Miss Cara.
I just don't like it when he said it's coming Rome.
Anything in that at all.
Because that's just being disrespectful.
It's not one that would go to VAR. They're doing their jobs all around the pitch.
That is one player that's worse than him.
Every single player is keeping focus.
There is one player that is worse than Chiellini, and it was his centre back teammate Bonucci.
Past the half hour mark. Northern Ireland.
Bonucci.
Frustrating.
But
Anticipation building for this free kick.
yeah, the only yeah.
Leave it. Mead. It's a good delivery.
Oh,
Wide chance. We see Bronze can't direct it on target. A free header for England.
I think if I was correct, Chiellini's been at Juventus since he was 17.
Clearly onside, gets across her
So it shows how much he's loved that club, and I just like players that like that. If you love a club that much, you'll keep saying.
Bronze will be absolutely kicking herself. She's not opened her account for this European Championships. We've seen her score key
And
before
he can't pull.
tournaments. That was a chance.
The only thing I don't like about him is he likes pulling players' necks on the shirt.
Since it was her marker there.
That nearly killed a player.
Again, Northern Ireland maybe breathing, just to keep the scoreline as it is.
Yep.
Work from Beth Mead. That's clears. McGuinness trying to put Bronze under pressure. She stays cool.
They're both. I would say they're both as good as each other. Because they're both. I'll have to go because of how good he was, Francesco Totti.
Tight control. That's a great ball over the top.
And the reason is because he's been at Juventus always most of his career, and that makes more sense.
As the ball comes in, she's right at the top of her box, and what movement again from Ellen White, and need there to come inside.
Oh, I would have to go with Maldini. That guy's just an icon beyond everything.
Starting position was excellent. It allowed her to close that gap between.
But also Nesta was good because he.
Cover that through ball.
I will. Oh, that one I.
This is how England will break Northern Ireland down, moving the ball just a little bit quicker.
I wouldn't. I don't tend to have a pretty much a big say on the Ronaldo Messi debate because I just think they're good as each other.
From McGuinness. Wouldn't let Bronze past her.
Because if you say
part of her game, when you know she can score
Yeah.
goals, but she wasn't going to be beaten.
that was one of Everton's first signings.
She had to make sure she defended solid.
Criticism of Bronze. Could she have hit it first time? Should she have? Yeah. Don't. It allows a defender to get back, cut back, gives him another chance. McGuinness did excellent well.
Here we go. I'm just trying to look at England for the potential route to the final. What their route could be. Hopefully, it's say the easiest as what England men had.
Really bright. Another fantastic piece of goalkeeping from Burns.
It, yeah, and then it says here, England would play the final four against, depending which route they go down, being either a Group A winner or Group B winner.
Possibly a bit of a mismatch there. We have been down with a few
And
but
it said,
back up and ready to go.
if England finishes, yeah, so I got to do that, and it would be played at Bramall Lane.
Great work from Furniss, good strength. McGuinness, oh that's a lovely ball for Wade. Angle's tight. Angle's gone up. But we've seen this Northern Ireland move again and again. And that was the closest they've come to really punishing England.
So there's a lot of Chelsea players, two good Chelsea players, or ex-Chelsea players.
Offside, but the intentions there, we know where the space is. When you have attacking fullbacks like
And Luku played for Chelsea when they were called Chelsea Ladies, which Chelsea didn't like. Yeah.
Shields must be absolutely delighted. It was a flat
Yeah,
performance.
Chelsea didn't like the fact of the team being called ladies because they think it was a bit disrespectful, so that's why they called it, change it to women's, which is right thing to do.
This ball cut out by Holloway. No one's closing down Willie Bright.
Come on,
Sane.
oh, another shot wide, unlucky.
No stranger to a long distance howitzer.
So let's check here for England. If England finishes Group A winners and beat the runners up of Group B in the quarter-final one, they will go on to play the winner of quarter-final 3. So we don't know. So we don't know who that is. That's the thing.
Opening 10 minutes, they were crisp, one-touch passing through the midfield. As Northern Ireland drop into a back five, it's really hard to play through. They've got to keep that tempo up.
That's what they've said. They said here that we'll be playing runners up of Group B. It's just whoever's playing in the quarter-final 3, which we don't know yet.
There's been a goal in the other game in Group A.
Because they've not really said.
For Austria, who need just a draw against Northern Ireland, against Norway to progress. Oh, Villa.
And I feel sorry for either Norway or Austria. Whoever wins that, you're definitely going out next round because they'll be playing Germany.
Against Austria, their
Austria or Norway will be playing Germany.
stands will come to an end. Austria will go through with England to the knockout stages.
And you expect that if it's Austria, Germany are just going to literally run them ragged because they've got a very good team. If it's Norway, it'll be a much more tested contest.
Lovely ball in from Lauren Head. But again,
Trying to see it.
beautifully marshalled, this time by McFadden. Centre halves are really, and the goalkeeper, two central areas have really commanded it excellently well. Half Norway open.
Let's see what questions people put. Not any much anymore. So let's see.
Onto Hemp. Now Walsh. Moves it on to Kirby. Hemp. Oh, lovely first time ball. Kirby away from Nelson.
Go on.
It's Stanway!
Oh!
Heroic defending once again. Rebecca Holloway in the right place at the right time to deny Stanway.
And our game against either Spain or Denmark will be played at Brentford's Community Stadium.
Chops it back, picks out beautifully between two defenders, Georgia Stanway. Well, look at that. What do you do? Turn, sit flat, cover the back post, and Holloway does that wonderfully well.
Northern Ireland knew they needed
Come
to
on.
defend it so well tonight, and they're really doing it in numbers, backing each other up each time, and you can see how well.
Go on.
Comes in.
Oh.
Right. Lances it wide. She's been well shackled from these corner kicks. Don't think she got a clean contact on that one.
That's it. Anytime an England player gets
There we go.
possession, whether
Progress
it's
to
a
the
header,
semi-finals
whether
after
it's
winning
ball
Group
to the feet,
Group
don't
A.
have
They will
time,
come
you don't
against the
have
winner of the
clean
third
contact. There's always
quarter-final match, which pits the winner of Group C versus the runners-up of Group D, which is the group with Portugal, Switzerland, Sweden, and the reigning champions Netherlands. Or we could be playing either
England's trying to hit their
Belgium, France, Italy or Belgium.
Kirby. Onto Hemp. Onto
Go on.
the foot.
Oh,
Charge down.
have that, have that, have that, have that. We're too good, we're too good. Have that, Northern Ireland, and have that. You beauty. Finesse and a half.
Frank Kirby joins the party.
1-0 England. Hopefully, many more to come.
And that was the coolest
So it will be quarter-final. We'll be playing either C or D. So runners up. Check runners up a group. Winner of Group C, which looks like it's going to be Holland if they don't, or Sweden, and they could be playing either them. Be playing the runners up, which will be Iceland. So potentially we could be playing Iceland, Sweden, or Holland. So it's not easy. And that's to get to the final.
It really wasn't. I think sometimes
Haha.
positions it's easy.
Please don't have us have a Holland play Holland again, because last time we were in the Euros, they lost in the semi-finals to Holland.
And unfortunately for Northern Ireland, they've been immense this first 40 minutes, but England have broke the deadlock.
This is the as it stands table.
Haha.
England
Goal difference
group winners.
plus 10.
Austria will be joining them as they lead Norway by a goal to nil at the Amex. Kicked on at the same time as this one. England on the verge of another record. No team has scored 10 and conceded no goals in the group stage of a European Championship. Still a way to go.
Yes, England have made them. We made more history, and that is good for England.
McGuinness will work her way into the box. Callahan picks it up, but no one to support her. And onto Kirby, who's been pulling
Yeah,
the
because
strings
Scotland's
today.
women's team is not as good as the men's.
Never flustered, never panics. It had to be a quality strike to beat this Northern Ireland team. They've been putting their bodies on the line, and she just found the gap.
She did, and I think Northern Ireland, in all credit, have done a great job of to limit England's quality in the final third and stop them playing. But when you have shots like
Wow.
that, it's precision.
Christian Eriksen is signed for Manchester United. Whoop-de-doo.
Williamson,
Come on.
Stanway, being tripped, play on. As the referee.
Oh.
Be interesting to see whether there are any planned changes for half time, with Serena Biegman having a conversation with
Go on.
Lead with the shot.
Go on.
Good position.
Oh.
As the door shut on her. Burns can't keep it out. Another really good block. It's time from Rafferty. Got herself right in the way of that one.
She has, and certainly at times you think there's a back six in Northern Ireland because she's dropping so deep because of the pressure England's putting us under.
You're a coach, aren't you, in Northern Ireland? You must be impressed with how they've executed the game plan, the desire for the likes of Rafferty to be able to get back and fill gaps when needed.
Absolutely, and Kenny Sheed has proved his worth, time after time. He's set up this Northern Ireland team to go win matches.
And delicious delivery.
Oh, okay.
By Rachel Furness. Kirby works it
Go
back
on.
to Lauren Hemp.
That's a ball.
Really good cross in. Flicked on.
Have a crack.
There's Mead. Shifts it onto her left.
Oh, what a finish.
It's a second ranking. And of course it's
Mead has scored top goal scorer in the tournament. That's fifth goal already.
on its way through.
Beth Mead has scored.
But England finally hit their stride.
Yep, top goal scorer for the tournament.
Beth Mead has her fifth goal of the tournament.
Well, it's hard to defend. Not all
Yep.
the time, but for long
Because of it helped that with the 8-0 win, she got the hat trick.
clinical finish. Right foot, left foot header. It does get a deflection off of the defender, which takes it away from Jackie Burns. The direction actually was going in. Possibly argue that Jackie Burns third would have got it because it was more central than where it ended up. But England have ground
She keeps
down
saying that she's on a revenge. She's on a revenge tour
stopped.
because she was saying that she should have been picked for the England Olympic squad, never got picked when she was literally one of our best players.
The pressure, but it was the
So,
touch for
and-
me.
so
The
she
composure.
it made her a better player, and since the new manager's come in, via one game, she's scored in every game via one.
4 minutes of time.
Since the new manager's come in. It's actually quite good going.
England have
Come on, let's get some more goals.
Germany's 11 goals in the group stages in 2001. The whole 45 minutes left.
Liverpool could have beat Man United, but they had to wait to play Crystal Palace in pre-season to actually win a game.
Not sure one. Well, I think we're going to have to drag Beth Mead off kicking and screaming if she's one of them.
No, I would not expect her to come off, although I think of the replacements that England have got, and they will need minutes, like to beat Paris. Deserves to get on. I assume every single squad
Yeah.
have shown that in the
And
warm-up games.
they're about to get Frankie de Jong, but they're having problems with his contract disputes.
Once again, England strike again before half time. Mead in behind, cuts back, trying to find Lucy Bronze, who's
Because
well by McGuinness.
they've agreed 63.5, but there is still no guarantee the move will go ahead.
She's so happy here with the work rate that Kirsten McGuinness is doing defensively for her team tonight. And
Such an asset to this team. 27 years old. One of just a few members of the squad who are.
And the actual dispute is not with Manchester United. The dispute is with the player with Barcelona.
In between. Targeting the next European Championships 2025. Can't qualify for the
Yeah.
World Cup, but now they've had a taste. They'll be desperate to get back to the tournament.
Oh, here we go.
Better form.
The contractual disagreement centres around the differential payment that was included in the Playmaker's new 4-year deal. So basically, they own him about 17 mil, and that's what's stopping Man United getting him. So basically, Barcelona, if you cough up 17 mil, you can get rid of him, and Man United can have him.
This is away from Hemp.
Because if
90 seconds remaining of stoppage time.
But the one thing I just don't like at the moment is that Barcelona are literally trying to ruin every team by making them wait until they can get the money, which is by the time some players come, transfer window will be open if they take too long.
Mentally, physically, strained.
Because they kept Chelsea in limbo for nearly a month,
The brain doesn't react as quickly.
which I think wasn't fair on us. For Rafinha, when we've already agreed something and they didn't tell us if they could pay the money or not. And then suddenly all of a sudden they could pay the money. Should have just told Chelsea, you can get the money, and we would say we're not interested. Why have you waited to tell Chelsea 4 weeks later?
probably going on a lot of adrenaline themselves.
So it's like we've been put through the run of the mill by Barcelona, which I think is not.
Kenny Shields might have to make changes earlier in the game to be able to continue
Okay.
on how well they're defending.
Oh,
Kenneth loses out.
I don't know. I didn't hear what he said.
Easy run from Hemp. Fadden brings it away. Rafferty's down. Fadden still going. Tripped up. That's a free kick.
Yeah, very intelligent play from Sarah McFadden. Just to take the ball in forward direction and will not be in any rush to take this free kick.
4 minutes. Half time. Folks, England 2, Northern Ireland 0 in Women's Euro 2022.
Eventually, after 40 minutes, Frank Kirby broke the deadlock with a sublime goal. Mephi's deflected effort made it 2 and comfortable at the break. Northern Ireland have certainly played their part in a very good first half. England, though, as it stands, marching on to the quarterfinals in style. Half-time at St Mary's, Northern Ireland 0, England 2.
And that's the 95th goal. And
okay. Sometimes I'm...
Sadly, she's not here to see it live. Hopefully, she's watching it on telly at home. But I wonder what she'll have made of that first 45 minutes, because Northern Ireland did for a long time what Norway couldn't do the other night.
Yeah, and they're very organised. We saw that when they played. When I saw them play, when we played them against at Wembley, I should say, and they've been very organised against that. We had to show patience because what they've shown as well, Northern Ireland, in certain instances where we are weak. I think down that right-hand side, I thought they put the pressure on Kira Walsh. And they broke on us when Lucy Bronze was going forward. So they showed a lot of commitment, but it's unfortunate they haven't got the quality to kind of finish it off either.
Yeah, there were chances for Northern Ireland, but certainly they set themselves up a lot tighter to England. Played a much more physical game actually than Northern Ireland the other night, testing these players.
Yeah, they were in their faces right from the start, and I think particularly the midfield three of Furness, Callahan and Laura Rafferty have been superb in denying the midfield space and time. They've been locking on to them and not letting them get the ball in the back foot, particularly Kira Walsh. Now it means that they have to sacrifice. They're allowing Millie Bride and Leah Williamson to carry the ball forward, but they're saying, okay, come on to us and we'll deal with those.
Yeah.
Frustrating England, aren't they, tonight? There have been moments where those of you out there have had so much space against Norway, and finding those spaces aren't there this evening. They've got to resort to a plan B.
It's a hard one for me because the lioness, the former lioness in me, like I'm buzzing that we're gone in 2-0 up, but actually you need to credit Northern Ireland and what they've done. They don't deserve to be 2-0
Yeah, I'm just
down.
sorting this out first, so I'll come on in a little bit because I'm just sorting something out.
But the heart and the commitment and the bodies around the box to hunt things down. The only thing that I hope now that Northern Ireland girls don't get their head down, because I think then the floodgates will open and there'll be more goals.
Gail Redmond alluded to that, didn't she, in commentary? The first 5 minutes of the second half are going to be so important to them. Let's go back then to England's first, Frank Kirby, and from a point of view technique.
Well, if you guys are enjoying the stream, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Because she doesn't slag. This is what you want to see from a top player. Now, when the ball comes in, you look at the amount of bodies that's in and around her. Look.
So guys, vote in the chat what you guys think of the first half, end to end, exciting to watch, could be better, or needs sorting out. And at half time, it's England 2, Northern Ireland 0. Be back in a few minutes. Thanks.
That is what you want, a cool head in that moment.
Frank Kirby doing what Frank Kirby does best. You needed a bit of magic to open up this game. Someone to just get on the ball and show a bit of class and composure, and that's what Frank Kirby did with that.
And of course, Beth Mead never waits long in these matches, does she? Before she gets on the team, that's the third game in succession she scored in her 5th goal as well. Took a deflection though, Alex.
Yeah, it did, but what you like from Beth Mead is right there, just that little touch to put it across her body, and the deflection, yes, is unfortunate, but you need to be taking snapshot chances in those positions, and well done for Beth Mead, that one goes in for her.
Yeah, Beth Mead's having a fantastic tournament in terms of her goal scoring, but today all of the goal scorers, all of those attacking players, found they weren't unlocking Northern Ireland quite as easily as they perhaps thought they might. Certainly not the way they unlocked Norway the other night, but at the other end they had their chances, Northern Ireland, and a really quick start. You wanted a quick positive start and you got that.
Yeah, definitely. You see Lauren Wade has been fantastic, kind of coming in from the wide areas, driving inside. She is on her weaker side. She's predominantly left-footed, and I think if she can get this one onto her left foot, then she might be able to do better with it. I don't know whether she's probably going for the shot there, or maybe if Kirsty McGuinness can find her way in, she might be able to get on the end of it. But we see here, brilliant from Rebecca Holloway, brilliant composure to take it round one, and then just picks the perfect pass, perfect way to pass. Maybe just slightly further ahead of her, she could get more purchase on it. It's maybe slightly behind her. But Lauren Wade's doing a fantastic job of coming off that right wing and really joining the attack.
And there was a strange sense of deja vu, wasn't there, when we had a penalty incident early on, and this one did go to VAR. What was your gut when you saw it
No
live?
penalty, instantly. You know, I don't think her arm's in a position where it shouldn't be. You know, she hasn't made her body any bigger. And when you look at it, her arm's actually into her body. It's like into her body. It's not unnatural. So I can't believe the referee took so long when she went across.
But then it went back to look at the earlier handball from Beth Mead.
Yeah, initially I knew it wouldn't be a penalty straight away because I called Beth Mead the handball in there. So I think the referee was just unsure and she needed to go and see for herself to clear that up, but definitely no penalty.
Yeah, it took about 4 minutes though, didn't it?
I know.
In the end to clear it. It was a long, long time. England's chances though started to come, Alex, and you know they were frustrated.
So guys, put your question in the chat, like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Give me your questions. Thank you very much. My brother's there watching. That is good. Hello, Louise. How you doing? Welcome. Right, guys. I want to ask you a question. If you were voted, need sorting out or could be better, why you put in the chat why you picked that? What you think they could do better? We could have been 4-3, 5-0 up. But Northern Ireland's defending has been tremendous, and you've got to give them credit and credit's due on that front. But you can't discourage. Northern Ireland are here and going to give us a go. Literally, it's end to end. It's exciting. You should say exciting to watch, due to the fact we're 2-0 up, folks. Guys, put your question in the chat, like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Just like Beth Mead, was a block on the line. They deserved a little bit more luck. But in the end, like I say, the Frank...
It's like there's, supposedly you want luck, but the luck may not come. You just got to be patient and wait and see how it goes.
It has been a really brave, resolute defensive effort. There have been more blocks than just that.
Yeah, and it's so hard to defend for long periods of time. It's exhausting, and trying to track players and trying to lock on to their very clever movements. So, I mean, you just got to keep
the balance going. You just got to keep the balance going, and you never know what can happen in games.
Maybe hasn't gone for us, but at times we have had the luck, and you know, England maybe not at their best, and we just need to continue that into the second half.
Okay, well, let's get some views from pitch side. Joe Curry is with Farrah Williams.
Yeah, right up until those 2 goals went in, Farrah, the one word you kept using was intensity when it comes to England, or perhaps the lack of it.
Yeah, well, I said going into the game, can England keep up the intensity they've been playing within the tournament without Serena being on the sidelines? I felt they lacked a bit of intensity today in the first half. We're lucky to go in at the half 2-0, and that's the only positive I believe they can take from the half.
Yeah, the fact they are 2-0 up, but we've seen it before from England. They don't enjoy playing against a team who put on the block. What do you want to see in the second half to make it?
So hopefully we can go and get a result. You're just got to be on the ball. You just got to be on the ball, show the passion, and show the intensity.
Just to drop them off a little bit, so we can get players like Frank Kirby in pockets to get on the ball and be the more creative player.
At what point do you start to look at the bench and think, right, we're going to make some changes? Because up until this point, Serena doesn't seem to make them until further on in the second half.
I think she won't want to disrupt the team yet. I think she'll let them come back out, probably give them again till 60, 70 minutes and then start to make the change. But we certainly need to come out in the second half, up the intensity, up the quality of our play, and we can put these to bed.
And all credit to Northern Ireland. At one point you said they're literally defending with their lives out there tonight, but how exhausting is that to keep doing it?
Yeah, really exhausting.
So guys, keep your questions going. I'll answer as many questions as you can.
For long periods of time. They'll be pleased with how they perform for 40 minutes. Really reduce England the chances, but they just don't have an outlet. So when they win back possession, they just don't have anything going forward.
Yeah, well, let's see how everyone gets on in the second half.
Thank you, Farrah. Thank you, Joe. Austria and Norway are currently battling it out tonight in Brighton to see who'll be runners-up in this group. A win or a draw is enough to take the Austrians into the knockout stages. Norway have got to win. Sue Smith and Mark Scott are watching.
This is the box office affair in Group A. Austria and Norway going head-to-head for a spot in the quarter-finals. Austria trying to keep up the pressure. Hanschel's there again. Useful delivery, that.
Just showing our eyes at the moment, folks, of Norway versus Austria from the first half.
She is mightily relieved that the spill didn't prove costly.
Poor from Pettersson. She'll just be like, say, pleased that the ball doesn't actually go into the back of the net, slips and hits the crossbar.
Right and on the charge. Nice touch from her as well. Graham Hansen, and again.
That's what Norway can do to you. It's just a long ball forward. Good ball into to Graham Hansen, but she just snatches at the shot when she comes inside onto her right foot.
Vennegar towards Biller, looking to try and slip it forwards for Hickelsberger-Fuller, and Biller is away here. There's no flag for now. Nicole Biller goes for it. Good save from Pettersson, not just to make the block, but to ensure it didn't fall to a red shirt.
Really good play there from Austria. Good save from Pettersson.
Firesinger on the move now is Hanshaw. Biller! Oh yes! Austria lead! It's brilliant from Biller, and it's bad news for Norway.
What a header, just guides it into the far corner. Poor defending.
Biller with what could be the killer blow for Norway, because that is how Group A looks at the moment. And live coverage of that match is on BBC Three right now. We're going to show you the goals as they happen there here on BBC One. And we're going to hear from John Arne Riise after the game as well. At the moment, I imagine it's rather angry, John, as he was the other night. Well, coverage of that continues live on BBC Three, as I say. We'll bring you all the action and reaction to that full time here on BBC One. Although I don't know if we'll have time on BBC One, it might be over on BBC Three, because this game's going on quite long with that extra 4 minutes before half time. Plenty more football to come. Tomorrow, Group B takes centre stage with the match between Denmark against Spain, providing England's quarter-final opponents. Denmark will go through if they beat the Spanish. Anything else, we'll see the Spanish advance. It's group winners Germany against Finland on BBC 4 for you. And tonight there's reaction to the games on 606 on 5 Live, and in the early hours the World Athletics Championships is upon us from America, and of course you can see that on the iPlayer as well, and check out how Freddie's young cricket stars are getting on.
I want to give kids a chance of playing cricket who've never had a chance before. Why would you come round here and think that anyone would play cricket? The worst thing that can happen, no one turns up. I wonder what I let myself.
Just got to play well, just got to play with steel, determination, going for a drive.
Raise at the front, reaching for
You never know, we could, you just got to believe in ourselves, believe in the ability of the team, the ability of the players. We're playing well with the first half, we had chances, just unfortunately we couldn't finish a lot of them.
Be there without being there. Some of exclusive music coverage for all on BBC iPlayer and Sounds.
We just couldn't finish our dinner.
Well, these Euros are already the best attended ever, and we're only halfway through. Another sellout crowd at St Mary's Stadium enjoying this one tonight.
Ah, the views there. Yeah, man, we're just going to keep going, we're just going to keep going. But, like I say, folks, got to do what we can do. Just play well, play with a bit of passion, and we've literally done quite what we needed to do. And you never know what can happen, folks.
Well, the changes are happening a little bit earlier than normal because Russo, Toon and Greenwood are coming on. Obviously, the messages got through from the team hotel.
I'm happy with that, really I am. Need some energy coming onto the pitch. Someone to get the team forward, pass the ball, zip it in, and these players will do that.
The right choice for you?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, you know, I think you need to, like, I think Alice Greenwood, at this point she's not playing, but she's getting her chance now. The team, these players are getting their chance, and they've got to make their mark now because they know that Serena likes to stick with the team that she starts with.
So we're just waiting for the second half to get on the way, folks. And it's England 2, Northern Ireland 0.
The whole of the 2017 tournament, which of course Netherlands ended up winning. And she only used 13 players. She made 3 changes through that whole tournament. She doesn't make a lot of changes.
Sometimes I was a player, I never liked to be rested. I was in my rhythm and my flow, and sometimes when I sat out, my legs felt heavy when I come back into a game, so I kind of get that. But like Righty said, Alex Greenwood is disappointed. I was round at the hotel the other day, and you could see she wants to be out there. This is your opportunity. Get yourself in the starting lineup.
Yeah, well, the team huddle together, and the coach, Arjan Vunick, who of course is in place of Serena Wiegman, he's there on the right sipping some water. The headsets are all in place. We imagine the communications to Serena Wiegman are working well. Let's see what his team tonight anyway, can do in the second half. What will Northern Ireland have to counter? And we join our commentary team of Rachel Brown-Finnis, Robin Cowan and Gail Redmond.
Thank you very much, Gabby. So a triple change at the break. Alex Greenwood on for Millie Bright, so will be in her preferred position at centre half.
Northern Ireland gets underway for the second half. England 2, Northern Ireland 0.
On for Ellen White. So a few fresh legs for England, who got both their goals late on in the first half. Northern Ireland put up a strong resistance. It was Fran Kirby with a sumptuous effort to break them down.
Previously, Ella2's come on for Frank Kirby, so it'll be interesting to see who plays that deeper midfield role that George Stanway took on, whether it's Ella2 or whether it's Frank Kirby or whether they'll
Go and vote in the poll in the chat, folks. Who do you support? England or Northern Ireland?
In my opinion, having seen her, has had an excellent season.
Commentator's curse strikes Wade. Nearly capitalises. England should work this out from the back. I think it's been a difficult build-up for Alex Greenwood. She had a very good season with Manchester City, but an injury led to her missing one of the warm-up games. And of course, the form of Bright and Williamson as a partnership, and Daly the preferred left-back.
That time that injury, I think, was just really knocked her down a pecking order. She's got wonderful quality on the ball as well as excellent defensive skills.
Russo. On to two Manchester United players combined. Russo's cross is charged down. There's Walsh. Mead. Walsh finding the space, occupied by Ella2. Most assists in the WSL last season. Lovely give and go. Towards Russo.
Yes! Getting 3-0 England.
Russo makes it 3.
England are 3-0 up. Folks.
Allowed Northern Ireland to come into the game, but this time they take the game to Northern Ireland.
Getting England 3, Northern Ireland 0.
No surprise to see Beth Mead in the thick of it. Well, what's that? Is that 2 headers for Russo now in this tournament? She almost joked about how she's not necessarily prolific with a head, but that's a wonderful header. Stepping up with the defender, off balance somewhat. She's going to guide that into the far post. Excellent header.
6 goals in 10 caps for Russo. Of the 9 WSL goals she scored last season for Manchester United, 5 of them were headers. You can see how proficient she is there. Not an easy one to deal with at all. Threatening to blow Northern Ireland away here. Bronze awarding
Oh, okay.
right side hem. By Jackie Burns.
Thank you very much for the 4 likes. I highly appreciate it, folks.
Norway found that out. Start to step off, give them a little bit more space. And as you mentioned, Gail, an overload down the right-hand side. Lucy Bronze is dangerous.
She really is, and again, it's Russo, it's her movement. She comes into the midfield, she moves right, but it's the runners then from the midfield coming through at pace. And once you get Lucy Bronze in space, we know the quality that she can deliver.
So another record broken for the Lionesses, the most goals scored in a group stage of a European Championships. Now up to 12, surpassing Germany's 11 in 2001. Great ball from Greenwood. So no matter what centre half England play, they are capable of those pinpoint long diagonals.
That's a ball and a half. She gets in play. Oh, unlucky.
That one in. Delayed flag. There's been a few of them today. Just stand back and admiring the play. They're getting their jobs.
It's those patterns of play are so effective, aren't they? Beth Mead down the right, overlapped by Lucy Bronze. This time Beth Mead crossing, and is that a first touch? One touch? One possibly one of her fledgling touches. Only been on the pitch for a few minutes. Alessia Russo offers something different, as Gail was saying, to Ellen White. Out and out target. Ellen White.
Was dispossessed by Greenwood. Keep doing their jobs.
They will, and you can see the midfielder, you know, they're kind of trying to latch on to the three of Kirby and Walsh in the middle of the park.
Stepping off Greenwood. To Bronze. To be helped on to
Come on, England.
through. And Bronze.
Oh, unlucky.
She wanted on that one.
Unlucky.
Once again, as we saw,
You can see what England were trying to do there, but it just didn't work out for England at that present moment in time.
England starting to look like they're in the mood. A lot of one-touch passes that are really difficult. You can't chase the ball. You've got to try and stay with your players, Northern Ireland player. But they're just so incisive, those passes. So
Guys, put your question in the chat, like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
that overload.
I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
quarterfinals. They will be played at the Amex on Wednesday night. It will be either Spain or Denmark. Opponents. Wilson. Two finding space between the lines. Oh, lovely turn. Rousseau.
Get in! Get in! 4-0. This could be another rout. Russo again with a second goal of the game. It's England 4, Northern Ireland 0.
Ruthless from Rousseau.
4-0.
That was a wow goal. How it was fired into her feet. And you can see this crowd are all dancing on their feet. Majority of the fans, as you would expect, was visiting for Alatina, best mate who she's played through all the year groups with in England. On the half turn and dispatches it past Jackie Burns, who's had a wonderful game. Look at that for skill, the way she just drags it round, opens up, receives it, uses the pace of the ball to spin her body, and has the calmness to just slide it down the side of Jackie Burns. Excellent.
Yeah, I think Ginny that's a little bit disappointed. That's twice now that Russo's been able to get in between and show that initiative. But it's quality by England, you know. Sometimes they'll go wide, and this time they went through the middle, and it shows the depth that they have in this squad.
Lots of space over the far side. McGuinness, though, proving a tough opponent.
Come on, England.
Ball England in again. Bronze with options in the middle.
Oh.
Also gets a
England, every time they go forward now, looks like we could score.
Here's Daly. This is the England we saw against Norway for 80 minutes. I know what's going to happen now. It's going to be calls for Russo to start, but she can do this from the bench. Not sure why Serena Wiegand would change that strategy.
No, I mean, we talked about, I think people have phrased the substitutes as game changers rather than substitutes. That seems to have almost like a negative connotation towards it. Game changers is absolutely what they have been, particularly Alessia Russo with the goals that she's chipped in with. But Ellen White isn't all the time leading goal scorer for nothing for the Lionesses.
Serena Wiegand, wherever she is, sat back in her, wherever she's isolating. She's a little bit more comfortably. Daly, sharp turn away from Wade.
Come on, let's get some more goals. If you can't speak English, try and put it in English if you can, please, so that I can read your messages.
Slowing down the ball in resets, will give themselves time to disrupt England's rhythm.
Because I want to be able to read your messages if I can, folks.
Northern Ireland would watch and see what happened when Norway just did nothing to break the play up, did nothing to break the momentum. They got into a rhythm and they were unstoppable at that point.
Reception. Far end. In the corner, good touch away from Burns. She's done brilliantly with those.
So you tell me to give you a sub when I do not like people going onto my chat and then just asking for me to give them a sub because it's not right, pal.
Pass cut out by Walsh.
But guys, question in the chat, like, some subscribers, hopefully we get some more goals in this game.
Fantastic ball.
Go on!
Cuts inside.
Oh, lucky.
Block from McFadden. Wade pursued by Walsh. Great composure while on the deck.
Come on.
That's a nice little bit of attackers there, from being on the ground, but again, Norway did everything right there, you know, from being inside, like bringing the ball outside, trying to create a wee bit of
Nah, I'm happy.
players to get up and support her.
I'm always happy. I'm happy.
Kelly gets it ready to come on.
Because we're winning and that's all that matters. I was born in England, I only follow Scotland because I've got like allegiance to him through family and through my dad.
Two. Lovely turn away. Ellen Toone.
Ah.
Quite finds the bottom.
But when both of the nations face each other, I always want England to win.
So has positions to come on, being provided for Alessia Russo, and here in a tight area, finds the ball, managed to get it between the two Northern Ireland players. Just that injection of pace takes her away from them, and it opens up, and she knows she should have hit the target.
Yeah, you really think that the England substitutions have come to life. Those fresh legs now on.
Kelly Hickman to come on. Absolutely able to go off.
Jeez.
Loud, supportive atmosphere. There is
Come on.
final instructions on sub-appearance.
Out Scotland and England is England.
Like so many players in every country in this tournament, a doubt going into it.
Max was born in England, so
Just in time. Bruno fitness in the last few games for Manchester City. And then for England, matches almost go.
That was my dad. He was the one who was born in Cyprus. He was born in Cyprus, but classes himself as British because he was born on a British army base. But he get to pick his own nationality. Yeah, so he could pick any, because he wasn't really born in the UK, but he was born on British soil, so you can pick. For me, if I was any good at football, I could pick to play for either England or I can pick to play for Scotland. Not the two. If I were to pick either. Yeah. Or if my dad was put. Yeah, it would have been Cyprus. I would have had to pick between Cyprus or England. Yeah, I would have definitely picked England.
A little bit more from England. Yeah, we've talked about before, it's the relentless pressure that you're put under, and then sometimes it's your concentration that goes first, and because you're having to work so hard, and again, you know, you can start to see some of the hard legs out there.
Come on, let's get some more goals.
Changes needed for Northern Ireland. Might be coming soon. Williamson. Daly.
Reminds me of when when England went to the US in the early 2000s under the
Another battering for Hull FC.
players or part-time players up against fully professional training every single day.
They're 50-0 down to Wigan.
Any of the profile, but just the levels of fitness, the levels that they were able to implement over the 90 minutes.
Jeez.
We were just worlds apart. There's nothing to do with skill levels. It's just being a full-time footballer.
Come on. We want more. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5.
Has now scored in all 4 major tournaments for England in which she's appeared.
Come on.
Ella Toone sticking close to her.
Go on. Yes.
Low ball in,
Oh, you lucky git.
Clearance isn't great. Madden tries to make up for it.
Oh.
By Burns from a shot of 2.
And it's Ella Toone who keeps finding herself in the right places for those rebounds. The second phase, she's scrambled out, it traps the edge of the box. Can't quite get the power on it. But all the basics and beyond, Jackie Burns impressed me. She could easily play at Women's Super League standard. That is where she's at. That is where she needs to be playing.
Anyone scouting? Need of a goalkeeper? Hope you're listening. Once again, finding space between the lines. Burns quick off her line again.
Excellent in position, has been immense throughout this game. Really gives the backline confidence when your goalkeeper's high up, commanding. Like Weasel alluded to, Northern Ireland playing a wee bit more of a simpler style of play with going long a lot more than they have done in the recent 2 games.
Oh, come on. More goals,
Really good
please.
pressure in the defence.
Not really had a sniff in the second half. Sort of half chances in the first. The absence of Simone McGill deeply felt. No one ready to replace her. You know,
to change the system. See Rachel Furness maybe playing a little bit more like her today as the target. But excellent play again from Jacqueline Burns to slow down the play and just to switch the momentum there that England have been having.
Is that a problem for Northern Ireland? You know, Simone McGill, I played with at Everton. So being a Northern Ireland senior international from a very, very young age, played in that 9 role. Who's next? Who's coming into that 9 role?
Yeah, I think, Kenny Shields has 2 other forwards. For me, it's probably Kerry Meating as probably the most natural player to be able to come in and to hold the ball up, but also run in behind, which is going to be key for the Northern Ireland side.
So double change for Northern Ireland. Laura Rafferty from Southampton, who plays for Southampton, got promoted to the Championship with them end of last season. Makes way. 3 games of St Mary's for her. On the way, also out, Elsie Burrows coming in, another defender, and Abby McGee, still recovering from an injury, but she had a terrific game against Norway in the opening fixture for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, she certainly did. She put her body on line in many occasions. Last-ditch tackles, prevented goal opportunities.
Come on, we will fight.
Held out. England left. McGee with Rebecca McKenna. Walsh, ball over the top.
Oh.
Kelly wins the header. No one there, keep running behind. More news from the other game. Group A still Austria leading Norway. We're going to have a second
What?
stand anyway. Euros tournament to forget. Went out the group stage in Euro 2017. At the moment, Austria advance at their expense.
Yeah, then you got Wigan who are 50-0 up. Yeah, Wigan have got Hull FC. Don't lose to Toulouse.
Have for you Denmark against Spain on BBC Two, 7:30. Denmark need to win that one to go through. The draw will do for Spain. And Finland against Germany, Group B tomorrow. 10 to 8 we start on BBC 4. Germany already through, Finland already out.
No, I just had a bit of a joke. You don't want to lose against Toulouse. You don't want to lose those French gits.
Hustled and harried by 2.
Wait, Parramatta won today and so did Cronulla Sharks.
Around 22 minutes left to play. What do you want to see from Northern Ireland?
Yeah, I want to really see us finishing strong and, haven't really seemed to get Norway into the game as much, maybe in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Come on.
With the pressure that we've been put under. But we've managed to
That's a
gain
ball.
Just
Oh.
over Need, picked up by 2. Good interception from McKenna. Wade's pass finds first. Ireland getting some territory here. Vance. Wade wants it. She's in acres of space on the right hand side. She can't be found.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. But great run by Debbie Vance. She's been driving into that space and unfortunately
Come
just
on.
switch ball to the other side. They find Wade coming in again from that right hand side into the middle.
Just as much as England and Sweden want to win this game, they want to maintain clean sheet as they have done in the opening 2 games. Northern Ireland had an early sniff in about the 5th or 10th minute.
Come on.
So far in the second half, been pretty resolute, England.
13 clean sheets in 16 under Serena Wiegman. That's trying out a lot of defensive combinations, left backs, centre half partnerships.
On the ball, there's not more just yet, but it's just outstanding. The way she just drops the shoulder. I can see her playing every single minute of every game that England are in this tournament.
She started 5 out of 7 at the World Cup in 2019. It was only the dead rubber in the group stage in the 3rd place playoff game against Sweden, which she didn't feature from the start. Nelson makes the clearance.
See little partnerships like Valentine and Leslie Russo, same forward. They've come through the age groups together. They've played in the same team together. They play domestic football together as well. Almost on the same. Well, they are on the same page. They know exactly what one's thinking because they played so much together. And going back to what we're talking about, where England were and where Northern Ireland started on that journey, the implementation of those only happened within the last 15 years at England youth teams. And it's going to bear, it's bearing fruit for England.
Rachel Daly of Houston Dash.
Oh, you idiot.
Northern Ireland, the goalkeeper out of jail for now. Bronze. Clearance only as far as Kirby once again on the edge of the box. So dangerous, it's Walsh.
Oh.
Why not? She's yet to score for England.
Like she still sees the funny side. One little interception here. Just clear a lines really. Trying to play smart. Chloe Kelly nicks it off a bit. Opening up those gaps out the gale, just a little bit of too much space for England.
They are, because it's been difficult. You're putting so much effort into the first half, and where Northern Ireland threatening at times in possession, with the intent to play a ball quickly forward with the runs of Wade and McGuinness. Now maybe sitting in a little bit deeper, legs a little bit more tired, and it's probably understandable.
Bronze. McGuinness though looks pretty tireless. Jess Carter. Lucy Bronze gets a rest. The tournament debut for Jess Carter of Chelsea after a quite magnificent season. Her hard work has paid off. She made her debut in 2017 for England. Didn't appear again until 2021. Now here she is, representing England at the European Championships, and just reward.
What a proud moment that is, and what a journey she's been on. When we're watching her at Birmingham as a 15 and 16-year-old, being touted as one of the upcoming talents, and then almost went off the radar to joining Chelsea. But when she was required, she was absolutely phenomenal.
Go on. That's a good play. Oh.
Carter to find Kirby, flag is up.
That's a bit late, ref.
And the way that Jessica stepped into Chelsea for the business end of the season, she did not look flustered or out of her depth at all. I imagine that character will come in and do exactly the same tonight for England.
She really struggled when she joined Chelsea, but 36 out of 39 games she played in. An attendance of 30,785. That is near absolute capacity inside St Mary's. England have enjoyed having every game at the same venue. Maybe they would have preferred to see a few others, but know where they are. They can have a little holiday down here.
No, without a doubt, and I think it really helps with preparation. You know, you don't have too much travel to think about, and it's nice to be able to go for wee walks and understand your location.
You mean find the folks? Is that what?
Fantastic for the fans.
Oh, this could be an own goal.
Yes! 5-0. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us a goal. Thank you very much. Good night, Vienna. Hallelujah!
Over the head of the despairing Jackie Burns. No wonder Kenny Shields shakes his
Own goal.
England have their fifth.
Tight legs again. Certainly add to this, but Beth Mead relentless.
No one did.
From Chloe Kelly.
No one did it. It was not even going towards goal. Just someone just put it into the box. An Northern Ireland player just tried having a swipe and ended up going in the net.
Both side of a player. How many times have we seen this against Norway? The ball
And no one literally had a shot on goal.
really hard to defend.
No one did. It was just a cross. It was just a cross into the box. Oh, that's all it was.
Had to go for it, just at an unfortunate moment.
Yeah, she just didn't really drop quick enough to see the danger, so you stick out a leg, and it's very unfortunate for Kelsey Burrows.
But we'll take that. 5-0.
21 years old, just her 10th appearance for the national team. All growing experiences, but not all of them are particularly nice ones. Three lines being belted out. We hoped
It's coming home.
to go for England. We will count those three words. Wait.
The trophy's coming home.
Pass on.
We're finally going to actually win something. Nah.
Adam with the clearance. Picked up by Carter. Two. Lead.
Because England will win it and it will just stay at Wembley because we'll win.
Walsh. Here's Kirby. So she's trying to do. Claims for a handball. It's McFadden. Play goes on. It's will be checked in the background. In the meantime, all the linemen making up some ground with McGuinness. It's going to be cleared up by Leah Williamson. Potential penalty being checked.
Oh, we could have a penalty.
Now we will be in conversation with Usmers.
Yeah.
VAR today. Two. We thread that through. That was a really good interception from Burrows. And Kirby would have been through on goal. Carter. Pursued well by McGuinness. Good play.
Bit energy from McGuinness, wasn't it there? Just see this beautiful strike. Oh, no ball through, sorry. This is where they're checking a penalty. Not a penalty. On the chest. No decision by VAR and by the referee. In real time, no penalty.
Another change upcoming for Northern Ireland. Rachel Furness
Yeah.
coming on.
Winning 5.
She hasn't had the influence
Yeah,
of the
winning
last
5-0.
for a player of her quality during this tournament, but nonetheless, excellent memories, I'm sure. Nadine Caldwell coming on in her place.
Yeah, I think it's just maybe a tweak there. We'll see Marissa Callahan playing a wee bit of a higher role. Caldwell's got such an engine. You know, we needed fresh legs in there, and she should provide that.
Here's McGuinness, crossing opportunity, straight at Carter. All down beautifully by Kelly.
Yeah.
Burst of pace. Russo's got to stay on
Go
side
on.
here. Toon is screaming for it. Kelly's still going.
Oh, unlucky.
And eventually commits the foul. That is a very experienced play there.
The top football is about decision making. Oh, Kelly, at that point, she overplayed it. You can see 3 players with their arms up, England players on the inside.
Come on.
They've made runs at this late stage in the game. They want the ball slipping through.
Good stuff from Caldwell. Everything just stopped. Felt the contact.
Yeah, you see the frustration of playing. She made the wrong decision.
Come on.
Do what any good defender does, get your body in between you and the player.
Keep playing.
Under pressure. Still working so hard. It was mid.
With come on, let's score. Do it a bit more.
Got past McKenna, who just had her arms around mid.
Let's get some more. 9 minutes to go. 5-0. Let's get some more goals.
Doesn't show any signs of slowing down, does she, Beth Mead? Yeah, it's a free kick.
Oh. It is Hull FC 0, Wigan 60.
Uses her arm to stop Beth Mead.
Oh my god. That is just mental.
Contact that referees have let go in this tournament. I mean, that has been exceptional. It's let the game flow. Let players as well express how good they are at tackling and how tough they are about getting up and just getting on with things. Enjoyed that about this.
Bevan French, and you were telling me that guy's very good. So nobody will be wanting to face Wigan after this.
Yeah, it's the right idea, just wrong sort of area. Needed to dip down, second 6-yard box, more central. Instead, he was at the back post, and just the pace of it defeated everybody.
That's just mental. 7.
I think there's only Beth England and Robin Moy who are available on the bench tonight, who have not made an appearance in the European Championships. Interesting to see whether they use their full quota of substitutes tonight. Oh yeah. That's fine.
We can take those seats.
Come on. Let's get more goals.
Ruben Moy just coming back from a...
Come on. More goals, please.
Serena Wiedemann not on the bench today. I imagine touch and go for the quarter-final. Will that affect preparations for Wednesday's knockout time and then the actual game itself? It's going to be hard to judge, isn't it?
Wigan. Ah.
Gets the cross in.
Go on. Shoot.
Balls for Mead.
Oh.
Measured it. Just off target.
That was a close one. Lovely ball from Chloe Kelly there. Great punch. Really gets up, does the right thing, sets herself.
Should have buried that.
Just comes over the bar. I think in those situations, kind of goalkeeper catch it, but when you've got your eye on the ball coming across all the time, you have to keep your eye on the ball to be able to make contact with it. You can't be checking your back shoulders to see the pace of that particular cross, whether you can catch it or not. So I understand the decision to punch.
I think she's made a bad decision this game. In the Austria game, she nearly gave away the goal, but she made up for it quickly. Backtracking, showing her agility.
make their mistakes. And I think in the first half they were immense at that, and they stuck to the game plan and they executed it really, really well.
Nelson sends it long. Weaver gets ahead, so he's ahead of Callahan. Straight down the middle for Kirby.
That's a foul, ref.
Padden, but a fair one. To closing down Burns. Makes the clearance.
Marissa Callahan wasn't fit enough to start or deemed fit enough by any shields in the first game. I'll tell you what, she's done something tonight, hasn't she? Playing in the 9 position now.
Yeah, the physios couldn't understand why she's recovered so quickly. I know that there was a lot of players in North Belfast go up for her, made sure that she was able to make this tournament.
Foray forward for Northern Ireland, Lauren Wade. So the subs for Northern Ireland. It's set to be an emotional one. Ashley Hutton makes her 115th appearance. Replace Melissa Callahan. And Emily Wilson, also the young striker Crusaders, come on. And Hutton just behind. Number 6 shirt. In her ACL in June of last year. Long recovery, but has allowed the final 10 minutes or so of this game of the Euros.
Yeah, 2 legends. One replacing one, another one coming on, and absolutely delighted for Ashley Hutton. It's so difficult when you're injured, and when you're a little bit older, sometimes it takes longer to recover, and she's worked so hard for this moment. I met her family during the week, and all here supporting her, and what a proud moment for them as well.
Madden takes on the captain's armband from Callahan.
You could have sing Marching On Together, but you just put Rhinos instead.
Ashley Hutton had arguably scored the goal that got them to the Euros. The equaliser against Wales, which secured a playoff spot on head-to-head. It was that narrow margin, so huge contribution she's made. Great to see her get some minutes out on the pitch. Here's Daly. Space here for Kirby. Works it on for Carter.
Go on! Yes! Oh! Just bury that!
That passage of play started all the way back from Mary Earps and played out short, ended up in switching it, and it ended up all the way on Alessia Russo. Then the crisp in their build-up, finding spaces. Alessia Russo potent with the head so far this tournament. Disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think it was the pace in the pass, possibly from Carter. Maybe a bit too much height on it. But again, Northern Ireland will be happy to see that one go over the bar.
Perfect pass.
Go on!
England in behind. Russo!
How have you missed that, you little fish?
Leaning back. On a plate. A wry smile from the assistant manager.
Lovely play though, isn't it? What a ball that is from Tooney. Just slides it through, beautifully weighted. Beth Mead has the presence of mind to pick out what was 1 or 2 players who found a little bit of space.
Couple of defenders though converging on her quickly.
Yes, see the last ditch tackles coming in, and again, what great forward play. That she just held the run. The ball back was perfect, and maybe it was the presence of the Northern Ireland defenders coming in. Maybe just petering back and put it over the bar.
Some more happy customers. The Lionesses section of the crowd here. Here's Henry. From Wade. Daly. Wow, that's a fantastic recovery.
I think Lauren Wade had is really ideally fit tonight. You know, from her movement, you know, she's really in a match. But Lauren Wade's performance and how hard she's worked on and off the ball, she really deserves credit tonight.
Into space, not too many options over to her right. That's it.
Getting 5-0 win.
March into the quarterfinals in frightening form. A record 14 goals scored in the group stages of the Euros.
Full time. England 5, Northern Ireland 0. England are through to the quarter-finals of the Women's Euro 2020 when we will be playing either Denmark or Spain in the next round. So like, subscribe to the bell notification. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the bell notification. Don't forget to hit the post. And I'll see you guys maybe for some rugby before England play in 5 days' time. We play either Denmark or Spain. But during that time, I might be having some rugby stream.